Happy and blessed Sunday evening. It was a beautiful one. One cannot complain. Remember when I used to like have all my videos with my bear in it? Let's like do that. Let's get back to that. Whatever. I look like I'm posting to you guys. Posting to you guys. I look like I'm recording from what's like that movie. It's like some horror movie or whatever, some paranormal movie where it's like Unfriended or something, or some like online horror movie kind of thing. But anyway, let's see what the vibes are for today. I actually really just like want to yap right now. But I'll do this, and then I'll wait till I don't have so many freaking ops for rant, so I can just say what the fuck I want to say. Because it's all fine and dandy between people until you point out the hypocrisy. Oh, the Empress. And the Moon. And the Death card. Let me show you guys. The TV box that I don't use ever. I don't look at TV. If I want to watch something, I just go to my computer. Just blinked on and then off again. So well, to be honest with you, what I really don't want to say, because I kind of have to get it off my chest right now. I spent majority of my days sitting in the sun today, and it was beautiful. I sat outside for over 2 hours having my coffee. I didn't have my coffee for 2 hours straight, girl. What the hell? That's like fucking. What's the word? A bottomless coffee? No. Yeah, I was out of there for like over 2 hours, whatever, just enjoying myself, everything, this night, all that jazz. And then my grandmother comes home. I don't know what to her. We not homies no more. But as she's like walking in or whatever, she's like, Nora, I was reading the Bible and some other thing that she was reading from another like writing or book from her denomination of Christianity. And she's like, I felt ashamed because this passage brought up the fact that, God isn't pleased when people mistreat animals, whatever. And one of the beefs that I have with her is like every time I try to take care of the cats, she would always stop me. I caught her throwing water at one of the cats, and that's literally where it's like, okay, that whole altercation sealed it for me, right? But here's what I was like. I was like, you don't need God to tell you to do that. You should be doing that because that should be coming from within, right? You shouldn't be doing good deeds or just things that, you shouldn't be doing things only because some God in the sky is pleased or not. You don't need God to have a moral compass. But also, it shouldn't take a person 80 years to come to that conclusion. So, anyway, it was like all bullshit anyway. I'm not taking her serious. Because she's definitely brought up this passage to me before. Just a fucking excuse. It's just some bullshit to talk to me. Just had to get that off my chest, like seriously. Wheel of Fortune, Nine of Wands in reverse, and the Tower. And we have the Five of Swords here. The Tower card has been so prominent lately. It's just been so prominent. I just don't understand. What's this Tower? Perhaps pertaining to... Oh, yeah, the Three of Swords here. Second time I'm seeing that. And the Eight of Swords here. Seven of Cups. What's the Tower about? Those are my guinea pigs. Someone's trying to steal someone's food. What's the Tower about? Eight of Cups in reverse, Eight of Cups in reverse, and the King of Wands in reverse. And we have the Six of Swords here. And that speaks on, like, quite, like, literally, like, moving away, like, walking away, moving away, traveling. more or less just what's that? The Six of Swords. Actually, you know what that feels like? What's that? It's that lady. She's like always like in the movies, like in the shows, and like every time like she starts to cry, like she takes off her wig, or like she like has like this, you know, it's like a meme where she like takes her bag. That's so odd. The TV box is on, but the light is red now. It has not been on for months, if not over a year. But anyway, she takes her bag and she walks. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the vibe the Six of Swords gives. Is taking off that wig, honey, or whatever, and just walking. You know what else? You know what else my grandmother's gonna tell me? She's like, oh, like you know, like oh, I love this color, or whatever. I believe you dyed it, but I don't believe you could have cut that yourself. And you know, to one person that might just be like something whatever, right? But honestly, genuinely, that's a very backhanded thing to say if you really think about it, because imagine continuously like giving compliments to a person it where it like undermines their capability of doing something, shall I say. Anyway, Queen of Pentacles here in reverse as well too. Okay, let me stop pulling because I'm talking and I'm pulling at the same time. Girl. Okay, like let me lock in here as well too. Like seriously, seriously. So we have that Queen of Pentacles there in reverse. We have the Empress here and the Moon. Another reading again, feeling with like a lot of just like feminine nurturing energy. We also have cards here focusing on some kind of block. The Ace of Cups there in reverse, the Eight of Cups there in reverse, the Nine of Wands in reverse. That's like delays as well too. But it seems as though something perhaps might have been triggered, or yeah, with the Wheel of Fortune and the Tower set, like sandwiching the Nine of Wands here, right? Like it feels, yeah, like something perhaps triggered something to bring whomever out of like some kind of jam or stagnant kind of just like vibe or just like energy is what I'm honestly gonna say here. Okay, maybe what I should do is ask what the hell was stuck. Oh, you see how that fell out? Two cards, Seven of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. Seven of Cups, that focuses on choices, illusions, confusion, confusion, options, things of this nature here. We have the Death card here at the back. Hold on, hold on. It's the Seven of Cups with the Moon as well too. It's giving the energy of seeing through like an illusion, right? Things can look or sound appealing, but wait, how else I want to say this actually? Because like with the Moon as well too, it kind of feels like a lot of water energy here, babe. So maybe perhaps something to do subconsciously as well too with that Page of Pentacles. Maybe what choices perhaps were you choosing? Perhaps from, because this is a page, right? And that's like a kid. So perhaps like what choices or options have you been like choosing from a subconscious like level perhaps that might have been keeping you stuck, but it's something like kind of seeing through that now and understanding that perhaps you might have been choosing from a place perhaps to keep you safe. And sometimes you do things, you know, sometimes trying to do things to keep ourselves like safe or whatever, you know, might have helped us once upon a time, but you know, can sometimes like keep us stuck. What's that Seven of Cups about? Four of Pentacles in reverse. Eight of Wands here again in reverse. A lot of stuck energy. The Hierophant in reverse. Okay, yeah, what the hell is this? Somebody could step. Strength card. Right. So yeah, like doing things to choosing to do things that perhaps feel more familiar or just keep us more safe. Everything is this nature, but I low-key feel like this can kind of correlate with girl, take your time. I'm stuttering. I feel like this can more or less correlate with what I was just saying, the example that I was given about like I was giving about like how, constantly receiving perhaps, yeah, this could be like a nice example, right? Like, just imagine you've always been given like very much backhanded compliments that, like I was saying, undermine your capability of doing or completing something, right? From a kid, perhaps, right? Over time, you're going to start believing that you're incapable of doing something, right? And you see how perhaps that can translate into you like not wanting to do something because you don't think that you can, is what I'm saying here with that Strength card in reverse, right? That's a lack of confidence, everything of that nature here. But, yeah, and the Magician there in reverse as well too, that focuses on self-doubt as well too. So it's kind of a vibe of just like seeing through that now, right? Seeing through that. Why do we have so many uh, like water vibes, like water energy? Why? The Magician in reverse, Temperance in the back, and the Three of Pentacles in reverse. This focuses on teamwork, collaboration, all of that nature, right? But it's in reverse. And what's coming to mind with the Three of Pentacles, like in reverse, is just like basically okay. What I'll say is this quote, not this came to my mind. It's just like it's not my saying, like I saw like on a picture, on actually a picture of Coraline's like dad and the other mother or whatever, and it's just like not everyone who is nice to you has good intentions, right? And it's like understanding of we might approach people or things from a genuine place, right? But sometimes that can put us in a jaded situation, more or less, shall I say here, because that's not everyone's intention, right? And more or less, it's so important to keep in mind who you have around you and in your energy, because this gives the energy of collaboration or just working together or just working with the intention with some kind of malice intent, shall I say, right? But this isn't about other people. I don't care to talk about other people. It's more or less for whoever the fuck ends up seeing this, whatever. But also be beginning to see through like the bullshit and everything of this nature has caused perhaps like a lot to fall away. A lot of people who you thought, could have been like there for you or something of this nature. The Empress in reverse that they were only taking, feeding off of. Queen of Wands here in reverse. But that's the beautiful thing as well too with this tower and everything. Sometimes we need things to be shaken up. We need all of that stuff to happen because it allows layers and everything to just peel away. And the more layers that peel away, the closer you get to your core and who you are. And when you realize that as well too, you don't need to rely on anything outside of you to remind you of that, but also to when things happen externally to perhaps kind of shift or, interfere with what you're doing for yourself and your foundation and everything of that nature. It won't do anything because it doesn't fucking matter. Six of Wands, yes. Recognizing this in yourself. This deals with recognition, but also public recognition, victory, success. This kind of feels like the Chariot card for me. Okay, let's just split out one more card. Eight of Wands here in reverse. This is like giving, like I said, when you know what you got going on, whenever something happens outside to interfere with that, it gives the energy of just like it bouncing off. like let's say this is a circle, and then that's it hitting it, and then boop, right? Where are we gonna split? So the Three of Swords, again, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Five of Cups. Why the fucking Five of Cups? Two of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. This gives the energy of just like outside again as well too. How do I say it? I've been getting Three of Swords a lot. This is the third time I'm seeing it. What was that? The Five of Cups, the Two of Cups, and the Ace of Swords. Allowing yourself, more or less, this kind of feels like an extension of yesterday. Not really, a little different, but like allowing yourself to feel the disappointment and everything of this nature. Sitting in that sense of despair, sitting with that heartbreak as well, and everything of this, everything, allowing yourself to just fucking feel, right? Everything allowed you to be in that Two of Cups energy, a balanced energy, a union with self, everything of that nature. Allowing yourself to feel brings that Ace of Swords so much clarity. It breaks through the bullshit, the illusions, the confusions, and everything of that nature now. And anything that goes against what you know to be true won't confuse you anymore, if like that makes sense. Definitely emphasis on like choices as well too now, like like choosing from like a place of like lack or self-doubt and everything of nature, or choosing from a place of like, yeah, I look the Strength card in reverse, or choosing from a place of like knowing who the F you are, from excitement, passion, things of that nature, right? Because there's nothing you can't do. There's nothing you can't do. You can see it. If you can envision it for yourself, then you can do it. Okay? And don't like let, people's lack thereof or believing in themselves or seeing how capable they are. Don't let anything that they perhaps try to project onto you get in the way of you doing what you want to do and what you know you can do. Seriously, fuck them. I wasn't gonna give this. I have another example, bitch. I have another example for someone else who had me effed up. I mean, like, it was like, I won't even say who, right? But, when my hair was pink as well, too, whatever, like, I've gotten compliments from strangers, which is a very kind thing to do. I appreciate it very much, right? And so imagine you do something for yourself and it's met well by strangers and, whatever. That's not the point. It's not that the point isn't for other people to like it. It's to do it because you want to fucking do it yourself. But imagine that, right? But then someone who knows you hits you with a, did you ever think about getting it done professionally? I didn't realize how backhanded that was until like later on in the day. This was like over a month ago, right? But this is what I'm saying, right? When people are met with someone, or just met by something in general, by a person just doing their own thing, just being, having fun, being creative, being expressive, and just doing their own thing, right? It's so important to have to just like that childlike energy. You know what I mean? To bring that to everything that you fucking do. There's no need to be so fucking serious, bitch. Who, like, literally, it doesn't fucking matter. But, you know, when people are met by people who are just willing to just do whatever the fuck, right? That pisses them the fuck off. And all they know how to fucking do is just to try to, you know, and it's bullshit and it's lame and it's whack. But it's important as well, too, as fucked up as it is, not to internalize that and to understand that that's something they got going on for themselves, honey. It ain't my business. And just fucking proceed. Right? Didn't I say that that was the last one? I have to go feed the cats. Seriously, seriously. But major focus, major emphasis on family. Specifically. Three swords again. Why? Ooh. Two swords in reverse and the moon in reverse. That feels like elimination. That's like taking off the blindfold. And I just saw the five of swords. Outside energy doesn't really fucking matter, but that's all I'm gonna say for now. I'm gonna go feed the kitty cats.